So, yeah, so onboarding has been a big use case for us. Uh, we have seen a lot of customers who use onboarding. Um, Onboarding is like a critical piece of the project when you're onboarding the workers, any new worker that are coming out to the job site. So as we are transitioning from Quant Classic application to Quant 2.0, onboarding was the next piece in that puzzle. So we have been able to complete onboarding 2.0 transition to Quant 2.0. The focus had been a centralized administration config with much more robust features, much more customization options available to suit multiple job sites, uh, improving the user experience for the workers using the PWA, adding AI document intake. So how when they upload a document, they don't need to type out all the fields. It will automatically scan, fill out the information for you, and also giving the worker like a small QR code based ID card, which they can save to their Apple wallets, Google wallets, and use that to access the job sites. It sits very well with the Quant app. So, like if a guard is standing with the Quant app, they can scan that QR code and authorize you to be on the job site if they forgot your badge. Or if the site is using like a badgeless access. The onboarding includes like a new revised dashboard. Each project gets their own dashboard that can allow you to see how many workers have onboarded daily, uh, how many are pending onboarding status, like how many needs to be approved today, and so on. So, use the user in action item on over monitoring the onboarding. It's now a centralized trace to configure everything. You can add custom fields. So like let's say if some job site wants to collect some sort of custom data from all the workers, like what's your zip code if they're tracking the workers are coming from the same region, they can just simply add a new field called zip code
Yeah.
or something like any question, any your union number or something like that. If you want to collect that, you can add any sort of custom field.
Yeah. No, I think that's sneakily one of the biggest feature updates in onboarding. I know there's like the translation, which is really it's really like I guess effective to not have to recreate everything twice, makes it more efficient, and the AI scanning, right? But adding that custom field, the use cases I've seen for that have been like it's just like, oh, of course you would need a custom field because you need to know worker allergies or you need to know like
Exactly.
all these random things, right? Because the list goes on and on and on and on and on of like the things
Yeah.
that you want to collect, and every job site is different. So it's just way cleaner to just allow a custom field for all the workers, and it's structured too. It goes right to their profile when they get onboarded. Everything is structured. And you can do it after the fact.
Yeah, true. And like some of the fields, like some we're trying to remove also some of the restrictions. Like in onboarding 1.0, we had that option that every worker needs to uh, take their own picture. So like they cannot upload the picture. So now we are giving the admins an option. Do they want to allow workers to upload a picture or click a picture? So those sort of small things. Even in the training, when they're adding a video, do you want to give users give the workers access to the controls on the video? Can they forward the video? Can they skip the video? So those sort of like they are like very small enhancements, but they make a big impact when you combine them all together in a single flow. We also added an option of signature collection. So like, let's say you have any safety document, or even in the end of onboarding, you want to add a simple few line statement that uh, can you sign this document to verify that you have completed your onboarding on your own, something like that. So there is an option to collect signatures on that. Um, the PWA announcement was a big thing. We added an option where you can go and select whichever language you want. It's an AI-based flow. So like if the user comes and select Spanish, it will translate the entire PWA into Spanish. And they have an option of like anytime during the flow, they can just simply go and switch the language. It will translate all the questions that you have added for the quizzes and everything will be translated. And in any step that you feel that, okay, you are confused about something or you want to read this in English or you want to read this in Spanish, like, so you can just simply go click on the language icon and switch in between the flow. So uh, basically, the idea is it covers the worker journey from end to end. As so when they enter the site, they can upload, scan, pre-fill everything. They get their QR code, they get their badge. They can review all the safety requirements, safety documents, sign all the things that are requested. And we also had the option that they can, like, let's say if I'm doing an onboarding, I got called for something else, or I want to resume the rest of the training when I am in a quieter place, I can just simply exit and resume from that point onwards. You don't never have to come and redo the entire thing again.
Yeah. Can't undermine how important it is to have structured onboarding because the
Yeah,
data really starts at the worker, right? The worker that collects the time, and then that time is then associated with the companies. And if a worker is not onboarded correctly, one, from a compliance and a safety standpoint, you're at risk, right? You're not
yeah,
doing enough job securing the job site or making sure that everyone's in compliance for the workers and for the owner. But at the same time, it makes it much easier to look at data when you have the right fields input for all the workers, the right trades,
yeah.
yeah, all the
Totally.
licenses, right? Doing your audits at the end of every month. So that's extremely important to have structured data.
And I think it also gives the end user, the admins and everyone a good uh, reporting. Like if you have correct trade tagged, if you have correct worker
Yeah.
roles tagged, it's much better for the reporting as well.
Yeah. It's like garbage in, garbage out, right? If
Yeah,
you're just,
exactly.
giving onboarding just like half the effort and you just want to get things done and you're not enforcing anything and the workers are just walking on site, you're going to get time from the workers, but at the same time, like what you're just getting accumulation of hours and headcount, really. You're not getting
Sure.
insights from
Sure.
that.